Hey everybody, Preston here, aka Godzilla Hawk, and I'm here with...
I'm an asshole.
Yeah, we heard us mouth earlier.
Oh! And they say I'm the asshole.
Learned it from the best.
10 points from Preston. We'll just get him out of the negatives at this point.
But now we're here to do Takeover Brooklyn, or I should say Back to Brooklyn 2. We're going to give our review. First of all, I really was going to think of doing live reactions, but I kind of decided not to do it the last second. I'm going to save the live reactions for tomorrow for SummerSlam. That will happen.
Thank God.
But Brandon will be a little late because he has to work. But hopefully he can get here as soon as possible. But we're going to have some...
I'm a working whore. I got to get me the money from my daddy. Best review ever. I grew my hair out just the way he likes it.
Now, we're going to go...
Shut up, baby. I know it.
Now, anyways, we're at the... Well, first of all, we're going to have to review this here show. So it's going... I'm just kidding.
He's trying to be hillbilly, but it's not going to work.
Yeah, it's not going to work.
You got to be born into that, and I is born and breaded.
Dude, what day were you?
Possibly deep fried.
Power and kisser.
Okay, then wham!
Anyways,
Any hoodly do that.
now, I'll tell you, we're going to go ahead. We're going to start off with this review with the opener. It was Austin Aries defeating Samoa Joe. Oh, I'm sorry, No Way Jose in a submission by submission. Good opener. It was a good opener.
For an opening match, it was actually very good.
He never knew about No Way Jose, and I think it was actually impressive.
I swear, I thought he was black when he first came out.
I always thought he was black too.
No, he's Mexican. I'm waiting for him to say, wait, he's Samoan. I'm just like, no way, Jose.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. When they did all the promo vignettes with No Way Jose, I thought, okay, it's a Mexican. And then I saw him, I thought, but he's not Hispanic. He looks black to me. And then it's just like, he just looks black. I'm not trying to be racist. He just literally does. It's the hair, and then it's just how he looks. But it's... I'm sorry. You mentioned that.
I'm ruining his review by interjecting racial problems.
You're the one that said it's because of the hair he looks black. You admit that.
I said more than that. I just don't want to say it online. And then be like, racist son of a bitch. Like, yeah, duh. Call me something else. You're fat. Yeah, sky's blue. You're an asshole. Duh. That's my online name. I'm actually technically the captain of the ship that everybody got off of and decided to with other people.
And then he banged your
we got an incredibly large athlete who brown.
No Way Jose. Actually, first of all, we gotta mention the entrance with everybody's with the crowd kind of went behind me. Did that little
line. I mean, seriously.
That was fun. You have to admit that looked fun. You have to admit that looked fun.
Yeah, but with all the fanaticals in the world, I mean, you really want to just say, hey, you want to be part of the conga line? Go right past security. No. No. No.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. How many have jumped in the ring and tried to take a pop shot at Seth Rollins? No. We don't invite the crowd to come in and grab each other. Already know there's a sexual harassment lawsuit for you, and dance and parade around the ring like they are superstars. No. No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
If they want to do that,
yes,
they can put on the bunny suit and play with Adam Rose. Okay? That's what they can do. No.
Adam Rose is gone.
I don't care. You can take those people with them. Wait. Do you think he took the bunny suit with him?
Somebody was actually wearing a bunny suit for one of his interests in the pants show.
Oh my God. I want the bunny to be my tag team partner. Why? Because at least then I have a chance of actually winning. Because nothing kicks ass like, Roger Rabbit with a nice big, super kick.
And with a hot wife.
A fluffy, soft super kick.
Moving on.
We call it the bunny hop.
What's his nickname? Peter Cottontail?
Or you can call it the egg scrambler.
Oh, okay, way off topic.
That'd be his low blow. I'm sorry, that'd be his low blow.
Way off topic.
So,
the match.
Good match. No, despite the confusion.
The crowd was pro Aries. The crowd was really pro Aries in this one.
The crowd and the entire show was pro one side unfairly. I think the only one where it was where they were split was the women's match, and that's the only one where they were actually split. So, seeing as how that was that way, Aries won. It's not a surprise there because Aries is being pushed towards the title picture, and No Way Jose is not at this particular point. In time.
Now, here's the thing. This is not a big loss for... First of all, this is No Way Jose's first loss, but you have to think about it this way. He went up against a guy that's a veteran in the wrestling industry, so the fact that, whether win or lose, the fact he got to fight Austin Aries means that they have faith in this guy. Because they could have easily done a jobber match easily if they really wanted to, and not even put him on the card, but you could tell they have potential, and they're like, we're not doing anything with Aries. Let's do something with it. Let's give No Way Jose a really good opponent to kind of build them up, and he showed improvement in the match, and that's what mattered. And besides, and the last thing I want to mention, I think at the next Takeover event, I think we're guaranteed now probably Aries versus Hideo Tommy. Hideo came out and he finally hit the GTS on Aries after the match, which means we're going to get Aries and Hideo Tommy, which is going to be an excellent match for the next Takeover event, so I hope they just build it up. And as for No Way Jose, I really hope they do something well for this guy. I really hope for a bright future. I'm not gonna lie, I'm very interested to see what they do with this guy. He's very entertaining, the crowd loves him. He's an entertainer, but he's a good wrestler, so I really am curious.
So today we're going to do something a little different, though. We're going to start off with the rating system on the individual matches, and then do a show rating. So out of 5, one being
2 being
you can even say 0 being who gives a damn, and a 5 being like holy crap, I just my pants. What would you rate this match?
I was honestly probably 3.5.
I'm stuck at a solid 4, honestly, because we had submission, which is awesome. We saw athleticism, we saw toughness. Something we don't normally see, or as a lot of people like to call it, no sell when they no sell a hit. We saw that in this, and it was every time you see something like that, people go crazy. So they're using it well. They're not over no selling, but they're definitely using it. It was a very good match, and honestly, for an opener, it was an explosively good way to start the show.
Yeah.
So 4 out of 5 in my books.
All right, but then that makes sense.
Yeah. No, moving on to match number 2 of the night.
Yes, match number 2. We have the debut of Ember Moon defeating Billie Kay. First of all, I want to go to Billie Kay just for a second, Wikipedia, because I want to make sure I'm right about this.
Billie Kay.
Billie Kay. Billie Kay is what she's pronounced.
Oh, no D.
Yeah.
Oh, poor girl. How will she ever get into Playboy now?
It doesn't say anything. It doesn't say anything, but I'll check up on that later. But that's not important. What is important? Like, first of all, this match was not meant to be anything spectacular. We could tell this was it was like the Apollo Crews match last year. It wasn't about
don't bring
match
up my
quality.
comparisons. I'm going to bring that up. Don't you do it.
You know what I mean, though. You know what I mean, though, by debut matches. It wasn't supposed to be like this was an amazing match. It was just, what does this new person, this debut person has?
What you're going to see and what you can start to expect, what their abilities are currently, and think how they're going to move forward from there. Because that's what NXT is about. It's about debuting and then pushing forward. And every time you see them again, they push forward to the next level. Well, let's go backwards and just start off with the color problems. Okay, blue pants was my first thought. With Billie Kay.
That's why I tried to look forward to.
My second thought was, what's her name?
Ember Moon.
No, the blue one. What was my second thought with the red one who just got suspended?
Not even gonna say the name.
Say it. I want you to say it.
No, I'm not saying it. It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace.
I won't let you move forward until you say it. I won't let you move forward until you say it. I'm just comparing the coloration.
Eva Marie.
Okay, red, blue. Solid colors. I don't like that. I don't like it. They should have done something a little different to distinguish them in simple flourishment. The way she comes to the ring, the way she strides, exactly like Eva Marie. Don't care for it.
Except Billie Kay
but
can actually wrestle.
At least she wrestled. At least she even started the match. How's that one?
But let's talk about Ember Moon. Ember Moon.
Wait. She got moves. Billie Kay got moves. Ember Moon. Okay. I'm sorry. Wesley Snipes, but Blade's daughter is wrestling in NXT. Seriously, look close at her. It's Blade's daughter. And you're like, ooh, either that or he had a sex change. Wouldn't it grow back?
Well, that counts as disqualification?
Well, I'm tired of being a chick now. I'm just going to take a blood bath and then I'm going to come right back and I'll be a dude again. Wow. You came a long way from Demolition Man.
So my question is, wait. So if this happened, let's say if, just making jokes now, what if, no, hear me out, you got
okay.
So
let's go bad joke press and let's see what you got.
Okay, so she grabs Billy Kay, and let's say she's about to pick her up, and down nowhere, pop right her head. Would that be a disqualification?
It depends if it pokes her in the eye.
Yeah, it would.
Or if the referee's not looking and it sprays her in the face and it's like, missed! Or if it's like in true black person formation, it's all, bah! You're just like,
are we done being racist now?
Did that just fall out? Don't they check for that?
Anyways.
What do they call that? What was it? It was a foreign object!
Ready to rumble?
Okay, that was good, bad joke press. That was pretty good. But
now let's talk about Ember Moon's entrance. We're going to start with the entrance first. Very
energetic.
Very well. First, it started off kind of like we thought it was going to be kind of like a creepy thing, and then the music picked up more like rocketola, and she got more energetic, like you said, which is very like we didn't expect that.
Yeah.
And now let's move on. First of all, impressive athlete, very impressive athlete.
Scary eyes.
Yeah. Now, the one thing, the highlight, I think, in my mind, this was one of the most creative finishers I've seen in years.
The only thing we have to say about the entire match, we want to talk about the finisher. Okay, we are trying to come up with a way to basically verbally name the move, and we both agreed it's definitely a stunner. There's no question. If it was meant to be a stunner, I couldn't tell if it was supposed to be a stunner or not.
You can tell it's a stunner.
It was a little sloppy on the roll, and she might have landed on her butt. And I couldn't tell if it was supposed to be a cutter or a stunner.
I seen that same move.
But it looked like it was supposed to be a stunner. Already very impressive. It was a top rope leaping stunner, as far as we can tell. Very impressive. I hope she doesn't hurt anybody doing that from this point on. Seriously. A stunner can be turned into a neck breaker with really bad consequences if the other person oversells, or if they trip in the middle of it, because technically you're going to be rolling off them to get the stunner. So it's kind of dangerous with the twist.
You have to be very careful.
Yeah. So if they stumble, you kill them. Oops. I'm putting that. Oops. So she pulled it off. They both walked away, I guess. They usually cut to commercial when that happens, and that's kind of what they did. The stunner was amazing. I look forward to seeing what else we see from her. She's fast. She's not just fast, but it's more of a nimble. She's able to just keep rolling. Very impressive.
Because I actually think I've heard rumors too that what was it? That I think she's actually an independent wrestler too. So you could tell she has some sort of wrestling experience because you could tell she has that kind of like comfort zone type thing. She doesn't seem like a newbie. She seems like she's been doing this for a while. Like she seemed like she was a pro at this match. Yeah, I would say so.
She's very good at getting the crowd's attention too. So she's very good at that. So let's rank this match. This was the second match of the night.
Well, like I said, I have to be fair. I gotta give this at least maybe a 2.5 because it wasn't really meant to be like an amazing match. It was more of just how impressive her debut was. I have to give it that kind of fair.
I view 2.5 as part of a letdown, honestly, because 3 being an average good match. The finisher wowed me. The match was a little back and was a little. I loved how they were countering each other. There were a few highlights that weren't too memorable, but it was there. I love counters. Everybody loves counters.
This guy's a big Tanisha fan. I'm
gonna give it a 3 because the match did entertain me. If I had said, well, that was a bunch of botched bullshit, then I would have been like, hey, you for 1. Congratulations, you got a good. You know what I mean? You got a brand new move off that wowed me, and the rest of the match was like, cell phone. I'm just saying.
It was a women's match too, so yeah.
For being a women's match and seeing creativity like that for a finisher, plus we even got to see a re-debut of Eat the Feet. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a 3.
All right, maybe I'll give it. Yeah, I'll give it a 3 too, just to be a little bit more fair. But I'm not going higher than that.
Yeah, that's a 3 minus.
Next match we have. Okay, I don't really know how to say. I don't know how to say this last name. No, but before we go on, because I'm going to talk, because I know what you're.
Just go ahead. Just go ahead. I'm going to rip him a new one. So go ahead. Go ahead.
Bobby Roode defeated Andreas Alamaas. I'm just going to call him Andreas.
Wait. You're going to do Andreas first?
No, that's what I'm calling Andreas. Okay, let me just. Okay. First of all the hate could go to him after this, because I know exactly what he's probably going to say. So, hate on him.
Gay.
I'm going to be more gay. I'm going to be
gay,
more.
You're gay! Gay!
Can you please let me talk, alright?
Dude, you know what I think about when I saw that? There was 2 things. The first thing I thought was Nature Boy, when he was in the thing. And then I realized it's not Nature Boy. It's Gold Dust. It's so Gold Dust. He's gay! Gold Dust match to gold just means gay.
Now,
does he wear pink spandex?
No. I want to say this right now.
Okay, go ahead.
The match was not the best. I'm going to be honest.
No, it was not.
I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not saying this match was great at all, but it was definitely not the worst I've ever seen. The match was there. I'm going to say that. It was at least
It was like
there.
filler. It almost felt like it was a filler match.
But just let me finish, please. Please, for the love of God.
I'm just interjecting small bits.
Now, the match was there. I'm going to give it props for that. But however, I want to talk about a few things. First of all, Bobby Roode's entrance was pretty entertaining. Although I did make the adjustment, Bobby Roode's entrance was very entertaining. Whether how you feel about it or not, I want to make that clear. Just as an NXT.
Why didn't you share that crack with me?
For NXT anyway. For NXT anyway, I thought it was a little cool.
Okay, because they don't normally do big entrances like that, and I know this is technically a pay-per-view for them, but I don't know if it's their biggest one of the year. I don't know. I don't really care. But I'm just saying that it was a bit over the top.
But here's the thing. You can tell the character of Bobby Roode is supposed to be over top. He's supposed to be this overconfident, overglorious thing.
Overglorified.
Glorified. There you go. Better word. Overglorified. That's his new gimmick. And it works for him. Now, I want to say this right now. When I first heard the Glorious theme, I'm not going to lie. I didn't hate it. But as soon as I heard it as Bobby Roode's theme, I was a little confused. Because I was like, okay, this theme could have been better if it was for like a Damien Sandow. It would have been perfect. But for Bobby Roode, it was weird. I will admit that. It's still a little strange to me. However, the theme's catchy. The fans love it. They were singing it. It's over.
Those fans are on crack. I swear to God, those. Oh my God!
Come on, you need to have fun.
They're having a wrestling show in the middle of the ghetto in New York City. Seriously.
It's Brooklyn. It's one of the best wrestling places to go.
Because everybody gets stoned and then goes watch wrestling.
How do you know that?
You listen to them chanting?
Yes, I did.
Totally cracked out of their mind.
They're not cracked. They're having fun.
I think one of the referees was on freaking acid.
He's just being an asshole. Just being typical Brandon.
I'm sorry. Let me interject here right now. Next time, when you think about putting a wrestler out in a robe, don't. It's not boxing.
He did that in TNA.
It's not wrestling.
He did that in TNA.
And if you're gonna do something like that, at least make the robe a little more tasteful.
He had the robe freaking TNA, and you never complained about it back then.
He never came down off a pillar with Hallelujah in the background either. So, suck it.
But that was the
Call me Fat Elvis, but you can suck it. Not gonna happen.
Anyways, continues. He's gonna be all negative, not even one positive thing. I guarantee you.
No. Because by the time this is over, we're done doing this match, you will be saying negative things about Bobby Roode too.
Sure. Anyways, now Andreas.
I got one word for you. You can do it right now. Finisher. See.
Point taken.
I win, bitches. I win.
Bobby Roode, I still like Bobby Roode, but I will get to that. Now, Andreas. When he first came in, I wasn't that impressed because the crowd was dead. I'm not gonna. The crowd was always dead when it came to his matches.
But he was kind of bland when he first started in this match, right? It was almost like it felt like he was just another jobber. We didn't feel anything coming off him. Nothing was happening.
He was impressive, but I'm sorry to say, I have to be honest here. Andreas is impressive, but as it turns out, he's literally like Apollo Crews, where you know he has the skills, you know he has the wrestling ability. This guy could be great, flippy flop guy. He can do all these flips. He's impressive. But he lacks the character. He's just bland. That's the problem. That's why Apollo Crews.
I thought he was Mexican.
He is. What I'm trying to get at is it's the same thing with Apollo Crews. He's a big fan of Apollo Crews, but he is a shit character. He really is, because he has no character. That's the problem. He's a good wrestler, but no charisma and no character.
You're right. His character was never really developed. His body was developed, and his movesets were developed. Very great wrestler. The problem is he has no his personality was not developed, and his character's heel babyface. It was never done.
Well,
he basically was given this much, and then that was it.
All Paul Crews does is just wrestle, and it comes out and smiles. That's all he does. And then
but he got a real nice smile. That's a smile.
And then Andreas, kind of same thing. He's not really developed enough, but he's a great wrestler. I do see the potential in him. But as character-wise, it's just not there. Bobby Roode, yes, you can argue. I know you're going to make this point, so I'm just going to say it right now.
Go ahead.
The crowd was over Bobby Roode. I'm going to make this right now. He deserves it. But however, Andreas, I understand why the fans weren't into it.
It was so underappreciated. There was no equality on that. I didn't like that. You're absolutely right.
It's just, I get it. But at least they
were waiting for Bobby Roode. I'm not gay. Everybody's been waiting for Bobby Roode. They wanted to see what he's coming out as. Congratulations, he comes out to Hallelujah.
No, he doesn't. It comes out glorious.
You can call it whatever you want. It's still cheerleaders in the background going Hallelujah. It's still church music.
Again, let me finish, please. Now, the fans did pop for some Andreas moves. At least they weren't like 100% gets him. But it was Bobby Roode's debut. They know who Bobby Roode is a lot more. He's just more well known. I get that aspect. And Bobby Roode had to go over, and I knew that was going to happen. The biggest gripe with me, and Brand just mentioned this, the only thing I actually did not like, first of all, the match was decent, but it was nothing memorable. The biggest letdown for me is his finisher. The Glorious Bomb is a name.
It's not that glorious.
It's not the name, okay? The name is fine, but the problem is, why is it a pump handle slam? Why is it just a pump handle slam? What happened to? I get that. Like, why not couldn't just do the Roode Bomb, but just call it the Glorious Bomb? Why does he just do that? That's a more effective finisher.
Maybe TNA copyrighted some of his move sets.
It's just, it doesn't add up. It just doesn't add up. I mean, he never even used the crossface. He tried to go for that. I think he tried going for the Fisherman's Suplex or the Perfect Plex they used to call it. That was one of his finishers. He never did the spear, and it was just like a pump handle slam. Like, really? I mean, you could have come up with something a little bit better.
At least he still has a spine buster, but
yeah. But it's just like I'm not expecting like a fantastic, amazing move, but like something a little bit more
impactful.
Impactful is more effective.
Pump handle, you can believe a little bit more was definitely
like,
decent.
The pump handle. This isn't like Road Dogg, where Road Dogg did pump handle slam. He would win matches back at Attitude Era. This is a new era. The pump handle slam is just a basic move now. It maybe a signature move would be fine, but as a finisher, it's just not that believable anymore. It's like the DDT now. Jake Roberts was the inventor of the DDT. He won matches. Now the DDT, you don't really win matches unless it's a certain DDT like the
kind of like the freaking clothesline from hell, which they call it now either a discus clothesline or a lariat. And it's like, okay, and the best they can call it is a finisher, is a signature, because it's not really
or just a basic move, or just even a regular move. It's just, that's the biggest problem. The match was there. I'm not gonna say. I'm gonna say this. I'm
just gonna get it out of my system so I don't talk about it anymore. Okay, I'm gonna give this match a 1.5, And that's being nice about it.
Ugh.
I did not like this match at all. I was more impressed by the other guy than I was by Rude. That simple.
I give it 2.5.
Everything that Rude did was a copy of something else. Everything. Nothing was individualized. Everything was pulled from a previous wrestler. Okay, so you got the pump handle slam, right? Road Dogg. You got the clothes, even the way he was walking down with the robe. You got a combination of Goldust and freaking Nature Boy Ric Flair, who was in the crowd. You got the way he stands like this is a combination of both Triple H and Randy Orton. I'm sorry, there's nothing original about what he did. The whole freaking that thing he was on, the big pie that goes down, that was done at WrestleMania by Shawn Michaels. There's nothing original about anything he did. The only thing original he's got on him, as far as I can tell, is the word glorious and his music. That's it. He brings nothing new to the thing. Nothing new. He didn't bring anything worthy to the NXT. It's alright if he gets a title shot, but if he ever holds a title, I'd be upset. Because I mean,
this is his debut match.
That would mean he'd have to win with the pump handle slam. How fucking disgusting could we get?
But but they can always change it because I gotta tell you right now.
It is a debut match, so he's there.
Now I want to point something out too. No way, Jose. You want to know what his finisher used to be? It used to be just a baseball punch. He literally winds up like a baseball and then just punch you, and then he'll win matches off that. Now it's like this variation of like this innovative slam type move. So they can always change up. Like Austin Aries, it used to be last century. But actually used to be a springboard. This is close. This is forearm a few times. So he actually won matches with that. But then they changed it to last chancery. They won some matches with the 450. So they could give him like some more moves.
There's no time to change it. But so far, like I said, nothing original from him except those two things, and that's it. A 1.5 is pushing it. For this match was just there. This was probably enough a filler match in my opinion at best. You talking about jobbers? This was a jobbity job. This was nothing. So, way to go.
This was not a jobber match, in my opinion.
This brings down my percent score, which is a score of 1 to 10 for the entire show, considerably just because of this match. Because we've been waiting too long for Bobby Roode for him to not make an impact of some kind.
Again, debut match, and there's still a lot more time for him. I like Bobby Roode.
I'm just talking about this.
If you're talking about this match, I mean, yes, it could have been way better. I think agree it could have been way better, but it could have been way worse.
And way
worse.
Of course, but what did you rate it?
I rated it like a 2.5. I had to be honest because Andreas is impressive. I did like the entrance as much as it was a little bit of a ripoff. I do like the cockiness. I do like this character they're going with. But the finisher I did not like. I kind of wish they did some more stuff with Bobby Roode in the match.
And how many times did you have to go glorious in the middle of the match? I mean, seriously, the second he did that, the guy just ran up and just kicked him in the balls. It would have been better to lose a match due to disqualification for his dumbassery than to go through the whole match. I would have given him from 1.5 up to a 3 at that point, because at least it would have been entertaining.
But anyways, we both agree this match was not the best. But anyways, moving on now. Okay, now, no, I'm not even going to say this. We have to do this. You better do this, all right?
I don't know what you're...
Come on, you got to join in. We have to,
all right.
Okay, we have to do this because this was by far match of the night. Match of the night, it was the Revival defeated John Gargano and Ciampa by submission.
We're just going to call those two DIY.
DIY, that's their
that was their hashtag thing, so we're going to call them DIY so it's easier. You got the Revival versus DIY. Now,
oh my god, this match was fucking amazing. Triple H, whatever you're doing with this tag team division, I would fucking employ you friggin' to take over Vince McMahon at this point. Because Vince McMahon does not know how to do tag teams. This was fucking amazing. This was WrestleMania caliber tag team action. Jesus Christ, this match was amazing. It had everything. The talent, the drama.
Now we brought religion into it. Thank you so much.
The talent, the drama, the spots. I mean, it had everything you need in a tag team match. All these guys are impressive. I love the Revival. I love DIY. I love them all. They're a great tag team. I knew this match was going to be good. but it was way better than I thought it was going to be.
I mean, they definitely put it all out there.
They did some really cool stuff. I think his favorite spot was Jared Gargano doing a freaking springboard like spear.
Yes, that was pretty dang awesome.
And the fact that it wasn't like it kind of stopped, it kind of delayed, it didn't feel. It was like bam, like a speeding bullet.
Yeah. It was like, whew, that guy's got a little fast speed in him, didn't he? That guy was only 2 feet away from him, and then by the time he got to 1 foot, he had already managed to swing back and catapult himself forward into a spear. And I was like, oh, someone must hit the slow button on their remote at the guy, because that one little guy just sped up real quick.
I bet you're a fan of him.
To finish it off, goes after his legs. Like, oh, what a surprise! Tear of the guy who moves incredibly fast. You're gonna break his leg. Gotcha.
I want you to talk about this match now because you were very impressed with this. So go.
Dude, no. You were impressed. I was like, wow, and you're sitting there going, jumping out of your seat. And I'm sitting there going, don't pee yourself. I'm not cleaning it up.
Because there were so many times it could have gone either way.
And we were sitting there going, think about it. If the cruiserweights win, they get the tag team championships, right? Yeah. And then you could have the Revival jump to a main roster. If that was where they're going. But I don't think they're going to do that because TNA needs a Revival for right now. Or TNA, NXT. TNA can use that too. TNA can use it, but TNA won't get it. They got Bobby Lashley. That's all they need. They prove it every time.
Killing your ratings there.
Why? They have a giant black guy holding 3 gold belts.
No, too easy.
At least they don't have him rapping or like a headband that has a Nike swoosh on it.
Watch, he's gonna come down with basic.
He does have that headband.
Watch, he's gonna come back. Watch, he's gonna come out with freaking John Cena's old music, basic Thugonomics. It's gonna be.
I still say I know it's not even on the topic, but I'm still pissed that we didn't get to get Bobby Lashley versus Batista when they're in their primes all the way through. That would have been a historically awesome match. Everyone would have been happy. But
that's stretching it.
No. When they were in their prime, this was before Batista became a sellout who wore skinny jeans and blew him out on national television, and before Bobby Lashley became TNA's whooping puss. Bobby Lashley, when Bobby Lashley was first in the WWE, and he was the that ex-Marine.
I still was never a fan of Bobby Lashley back then.
He had so much more potential than that, and the fact they let him go because Mr. Kennedy brought up his knee in a block to the spirit and damaged his collarbone.
Anyways, let's just talk about the match.
Let's get back to the match. This match was amazing. There was a lot of kick out, a lot of finishers used, a lot of signatures used.
Close calls.
Close call.
Impressive move sets.
Tag team maneuvers. Old school tag team maneuvers that we don't see anymore, which are definitely old school heel maneuvers.
Now, I want to make this out. What do you think of PIY's DIY's, sorry. Gotta get used to it. Tag team finisher.
The knee and the super kick?
Yeah.
Dude, I hope they never actually botch that, because that shit can break a neck. The guy knees you from the back of the head while the other guy kicks you here. Look, I can see how many chunks of toilet paper on my asshole. You know? I ain't kidding you. That is a dangerous maneuver if you're not trained to absorb it right. I'm glad the big bald one has managed to make sure that he doesn't knee you in the back of the head. He actually dropped himself. It looked sloppy, but he actually did that for safety. He dropped himself where his knee hit him in the back to make sure that if the super kick landed, which it did, it didn't have any extra momentum on the other side of his head to break his neck. He did an excellent call on that one. Excellent judgment call. These cruiserweights are amazing. I hope that every single one of them gets signed to the WWE immediately after the Cruiserweight Classic is over. I don't have any complaints about any of them. They are high caliber competitors and they need to be seen. And if you aren't competent enough to put them on at least NXT and the WWE passes on these, and you're stupid enough to say, well, we don't need to buy them either, then you're fucking retarded.
But these
cruiserweights need to come to a main show.
They are. I mean, remember Raw.
Immediately.
Raw, because we're in the cruiserweight division.
Raw went ahead and drafted the rights to the cruiserweight division, but that does not mean in any way, shape, or form that every single competitor in this classic, it has a contract with them. They are still going to hunt and peck and pick from them. I'm saying all of them. We had 32, right? When we started?
We have 32, and they're still getting more.
Okay, so we had 32. All of them should be signed. That's 32 names. And if that means someone spill over to SmackDown or NXT, fine. These are incredible athletes which will take the whole company to the next level. Fuck you, Rude. And that is saying something. If for two of them to team up and to take the tag team division to that type of competition level is impressive. And that's just two of them teaming. Can you imagine a faction of them? What is it? The Core remade?
Or you mean like a Nexus thing?
Or a Nexus remade, where it's all cruiserweights? Shit, you can put Finn Balor as their leader because of how fast he moves. He's still technically a cruiserweight. And technically, because of his weight, he's technically still a cruiserweight, so is Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins.
No, Dean Ambrose is a 222. And Seth Rollins is 217. Cruiserweight defines 205 or less.
Not really, not anymore.
No, that's what it is.
Okay, we'll have to look that up later.
Because that's what they said on the Cruiserweight Classic.
Yeah, well, one of the guys was 230 pounds that was in the Classic, thank you.
No, he was not. He was 205.
Okay. I'm saying that every single one of them have so much potential, more than most of your rosters on the WWE right now. If you pass on even one of them, you're fucking retarded. Either that or your company's broke, whichever one, and I doubt it's the second one.
Kota Ibushi, I think, is going to get signed. I think it's on NXT right now, along with the other Japanese wrestler, for God's name, with the howler monkey, we like to call him. The orange one? I think he's signed as well.
Everybody likes the guy that screams like he's insane. I should be on the show, I swear to God. That's all I ever do is, bitch! He'll kick me in the back head like, bitch!
Well, long story short, now here's the thing. Do you think the Revival deserve to win this? Or do you think they should have went with the Cruiserweights winning? In your honest opinion,
okay,
as a booking decision.
Because DIY, one of the competitors, is still in the Classic.
Yeah, John Gargano. The one that got...
He definitely has more talent. He's not as tough as the other one. The other one just able to take a hit and keep coming. But the other guy is so much faster and still... like the Young Bucks, get a critical hit out there.
Why do they call him Mr. They call him like Gargano or Johnny Wrestling. They nicknamed him Johnny Wrestling.
So we're just going to say it flat out. They made a smart move. Hopefully they didn't botch that stomp and hurt his legs. He's still in the Classic. But I'm going to say this. Because he's still in the Classic, it would be best if he's not walking around with a title around on his waist while he's competing. That's how I feel about it. Now they could just say leave the title in the back, but I think that they made the right decision. Is this the end of their tag team things? No, I can see another match up against.
Yeah,
in fact, I can see a rematch real soon because that
maybe
was
the next
amazing.
Takeover event, maybe.
But there's a lot more to look at now. Because the influx of these young competitors and capable wrestlers, they have to figure out where they're going to put them, how they're going to put them. These guys are amazing by themselves, and if they have enough synergy between two of them to make a tag team that potent, that capable, that amazing, then they're not just getting an influx of talent in one division; they're getting it in two divisions. You got singles competition and tag team division, and you can't pass on that ability. So there's a lot to work with. There's a lot of work to be done on it. This was a great match. This showed that they're not even close to showing what they got on their hands right now, what they have to work with. But we're getting there. This was a great match, and I don't care how anybody feels about it. I give it a 5 out of 5. This match.
Same here, 5 out of 5.
The only thing that it was lacking was a huge, impactful, like oh my god type of thing. That was the only thing it was missing. But it had so many counters and so many close calls.
So much drama in it.
Yeah, it was great. It was
almost WrestleMania caliber, I would say, honestly.
Yeah, they didn't cheap didn't cheat anybody. And at the end of it, no matter how they felt about the Revival, the crowd was over with both of them.
The Revival's still impressive.
And your score on it?
5 out of 5, same thing. I was very impressed. Revival, I'm saying this right now, Revivals might be one of my favorite tag teams right now.
That's surprising because you didn't like them because they were brawlers. I liked them because they were brawlers.
No, I never liked. I never hated them.
No, you didn't hate them, but you're like, really?
No, I never said that. I said that they were just brawlers.
Like Sheamus.
But here's the thing: they're more.
But they win.
but they're also athletic. You can tell they have agility. They have that wrestling background. Like I said, Brandon, we mentioned this before. Their style is the old era type style, and it's almost refreshing to see something like that.
That is not gone. It's not always about how many finishes you can hit in a row,
or doing a bunch of flips.
It's literally just about the nitty gritty. How low can you get, and keep coming back. Yeah.
And the fact where these guys start off as just like local nobodies, and now they're the greatest NXT Tag Team Champions ever by this point. I mean, just saying that, they literally start with these redneck nobodies, and now look what they are. Now they're like one of the main events of freaking a Takeover pay-per-view, Takeover event.
Having said that, like I said, great match.
Yeah.
We're getting
next one.
Number
7. Asuka defeated Bayley for the NXT Women's Championship rematch. Now, we gotta make this comparison. Was this better than their last Takeover match back in Dallas? Yes or no?
No. It was good, but Asuka was brand new, and it was surprising. This had a lot more to it than just a quick... It was a very quick-paced match with the last match. This one had time taken up. This gave credit. I'm still wondering if this is Bayley's last match. I think it is, but I don't know.
Yeah, I want to get that too. Like, first of all, just because I'm a Bayley fan, that doesn't mean I'm going to be like, I gotta root for Bayley. Like, I even said this though. If Bayley won, that's fine. She's on NXT, and that way I understand that because we need the women athletes because they pretty much took in almost all their women talent. So I would understand that. Yeah. They're just trying to remake their women's division again. I understand. However, with Bayley losing now this could be an indication she could go to the main roster now because there's been the speculation of WrestleMania 33 of Sasha versus Bayley 3, which is going to be Orlando, which is the home state of friggin' NXT. So the crowds are going to be fucking wild for that match alone. It was a good match, and I was not mad. And what I like about it is Asuka's still undefeated. The fans are getting behind her slowly. And she's got that unique Japanese style that we don't really see that often, kind of like a Tajiri in a way.
And again, like I said, this is the only match where it started off where the crowd was on both sides equally. And it was like, that's the way it should be for every match. Maybe not every match, but it shouldn't be 100% one-sided, ever. Because that just kills the popularity of one guy, or one competitor. And then the worst part about that is that can literally be a crippling blow for a competitor because it can kill it kills his career. The WWE goes, that person nobody gives a fuck about, neither do we. Contract expires, get rid of them, and that's how they go away. So everybody kind of cheer a little bit for the other person when they come out. Okay, you can cheer for both of them. Cheer for the first one. I don't give a crap about that person, but yeah, congratulations. Don't be a dumbass. Take a hit, kick out a couple times. I want to see a longer match. And then your favorite comes out, and then you didn't do that.
You don't even know, like, during the No Way Jose, if you watch some of the NXT stuff like that, so, full steel, the crowd always 100% behind No Way Jose, and everybody hate Aries. Everybody hate Aries. This time, it was almost reversed.
But they were booing Aries, but they were doing things to acknowledge him. Okay? They might boo every time he made a move, but they booed. The other one, nothing. They went silent. There was nothing for him. I was like, really? It takes two competitors, the one that's getting pushed and the one that has to lose to him to make a match happen. It takes two of them. And if you have no appreciation for the one that has to lose, how is the one that's supposed to win going to be credible enough to take on a title holder? I mean, seriously. Show some appreciation for the rest of the fucking wrestling. I mean, seriously. It's not like they're facing Zach Gallen with one leg or Shannon Moore over and over and over again, even though he's in a minor weight class and you're in a super heavyweight, wrestling class. It's not like that. They're on equal pars. Give a little appreciation for the fact that somebody got in the ring and gave it down enough to put on a show. Okay? It's like watching the Raw show and everybody is shouting NXT and doing the wave around the ring but not giving a crap about Randy Orton's match because nobody cares, or Seth Rollins' match because nobody cares. I understand NXT, it seems to be fun and all, but Jesus Christ, guys. It takes two competitors, and without them, nothing moves forward. This match was great. For a women's match, a lot of headshots. I am hoping Bayley does not have a concussion. I really am, because I've been kicked in the head and it's not pleasant.
I think they would have done the exit. She got.
You guys ever get like really dizzy and you don't know if you're going to throw up, but you know you're going to throw up, but you're not sure when it's going to happen, but it's going to happen? That's how it feels for 3 days. I got kicked in the head really hard. And I don't know if it was the kick to the head or it was the fall and head smash against the wall, but it does not feel good getting kicked in the head. She got kicked in the head at least 5 times. 3 times in a row. I've been hit in the back of the head. She got like kicked in the back of the head. I'm like, ow.
She must be touched on the gun.
So this match in particular
was good. It was very good.
I'll give it a 3.5. There wasn't a bit. There was a big emotional part at the end, but it's not a part of the match. It was a bye-bye to Bayley, as best I could tell. So for the match, I give it a 3.5 because I was slightly entertained. I didn't give up. They didn't screw Bayley. She showed. It made her look very tough at the end. She lost. I knew she would, but she lost. So 3.5. That's my score.
Yeah, maybe a 3.5 is what I would put it. Still a good match, though. Very good match. I'm not disappointed. One thing I want to cap on, though, very quickly, if I can make an early prediction before we move on to the main event. I think it's good that Bayley lost because I think you need the right person to defeat Asuka. To do the fact she's undefeated. And honestly, I just came up with this. I think it might be Ember Moon. Think about it. Look at her style. She's not afraid. She's very energetic. She's very dangerous. You say that now?
No, we'll see. I haven't seen enough of her to say anything.
I know, but just from her match alone, I think that they're going to build her up to be that one to defeat Asuka. It may not be anytime soon, but I think it would make the most sense, at least at this point. Because I've seen the other women athletes, they're not as, aggressive or just like, they're just wrestlers, but they're not like Asuka level. I think Ember Moon is that closest you're going to get to like an equivalent of like Asuka with that striking and innovative hard style or strong style in a sense.
Yeah.
I just want to make that early prediction. If it happens, great, but we'll see.
Final match of the night.
We got Shinsuke Nakamura defeating Samoa Joe for the NXT Championship. Before we move on to the match, I got to applaud Triple H for this in NXT. Thank you for that amazing entrance for Nakamura. That is why I miss, that is why I love WrestleMania so much. Is for entrances like that when you have live bands play the music live to the superstars when they come to the ring. I've always been a fan of that. Even if it's a song I'm not really a big fan of. I loved it when Motorhead did it with Triple H. I loved it when Limp Bizkit did it with The Undertaker, WrestleMania 29. I loved it when, Cult of Personality, Living Colour did it with CM Punk. I love those entrances. I honestly like it because it gets you that different environment, like you're going to see something special. I've always been a big fan. It means you're just going to be a big star. You're going to be a big name just for you're having an entrance like that. In this one, there was no singing. That was different. So it was literally just a violin playing music, but it was effective. And first of all, the guy
that's
doing
because Japanese music is when we're talking about the old world music from Japan. It speaks on levels without ever using words. The chords are masterfully placed and played in the way that it has to be for you to feel it. There's no other instruments required. It's a one single tone, and it draws you in. It's very hypnotic. Very good way to do it. And there's no special like that in the world anymore because everybody plays every instrument possible at once. It's a cacophony of sound. When you use a violin, and it's a solo, and you play it like that, it's a lot different, because it's not part of our generation anymore. It never will be again, unless we burn the whole world down and start fresh. It was a great entrance. I'm not going to take anything away. I was not. It's not that I was surprised. I was not prepared. To see something like that. I think it was great. I honestly do.
But the guy deserves applause.
I felt kind of awkward when I was watching. I was like, "What the hell's going on?"
When I first saw the guy, I was like, "Wait, this can't be Nakamura." But then I saw the final, I was like, "Oh, he's gonna play him out to the ring," and then he did. It was awesome. Then, like I said,
then you got Samoa Joe's entrance, which sounds like Godzilla's coming out.
I think I always did.
And then you hear the rest of it, and you hear Godzilla wearing baggy pants and a hat and rapping.
And looking a lot more Samoan in California.
What the hell is Godzilla doing?
The match was what I expected. It was a good match. It was a good main event. It was hard-hitting, really technical at times.
Many worries about that hit that he took. Okay,
I was going to get to that. Brandon's not taking away from the match. He thought this match was good. It was the ending that was just like a little iffy with him. He's really.
I'm wondering if it was supposed to be longer, because of the kick. He signals when you do this, and it's caught on film, pointing at your mouth to get the referee's attention. It's not just to get referee's attention; it's to get your opponent's attention, so he knows, oh shit, you're hurt. Got to finish the match quick. Now, for those of you who are wondering who would have won. That's not something you have to worry about. If somebody has an injury and does that, and the match has to be ended, the person who was supposed to win just speeds it up and wins on the spot, and that's what they did. So Nakamura was going to win this match, period. Okay, there's no doubts. Yeah. That's what happens. Nakamura did kick him in the face.
The first Kinshasa, the really short range one,
which caused the injury.
The short range one.
I'm worried if it was like a tooth that was destroyed, or if it was capped into there,
I don't know, if the jaw
broke the jaw,
or fractured it, maybe.
It. I would have preferred his finisher having landed on the other side. Would have been preferred, but his finisher hit him on the same side, so I'm hoping it didn't make it worse.
I couldn't tell. Maybe it was like on the chest.
Joe did roll out of the ring,
and the referee even did this
off a camera, so it does mean injury.
Yeah, the referee even did this to the X-Man, which means
he walked down on his own, no support. He walked down on his own, holding his face, but it's injury.
Injuries
can happen. The match was good. Am I worried now? Yes, because the next logical step is to take Nakamura and what's her name? Asuka, and make them a power couple with the championships. And no one will ever understand what the hell they're whispering to each other. And one likes to have a doll mask on their face, and the other one likes to have half-shaved head.
Now, there's also speculation now with this. Obviously, we know Joe's injured, so I'm thinking. Here's my early prediction. I think they're gonna have one more rematch. Probably the next Takeover event, and I think Joe's going to go onto the main roster after that. I think that's my prediction.
50-50, but yeah.
Yeah, that's most likely to happen.
But this match, I would give it, with the way it was, a 4.5. It was very good. A lot of counters, and lots of submissions.
I love the whole draw. I just love how... I liked it how Joe was like... He was like that Brock Lesnar mode, where he just wanted to kick your ass, and Nakamura was just all loose. He was having a good time, and... That's what I like about it. He was playing mind games with him. And that's what I like about it. You look at Nakamura and think, this guy's not a threat, this guy's a goofball, he's ridiculous. And then once you get in the ring with him, the next thing you know, you're on the ground.
He injures you and walks out with your belt.
It's literally like, it's literally like you walk in, you see him, he's doing this goofy shit, and you're like, this is going to be a piece of cake. Next minute you know, you're on the ground waking up. What happened? That's what it is with Nakamura. That's what I like about it.
He put his first foot up your ass and his other foot upside your head, and then still managed to pin you. And we've never seen that pulled off in Twister before. And is now dancing up the stage with his chicken legs.
And I do want to point out that Samoa Joe's the first person to ever kick out of Kinshasa. Of his finisher. Even if it was a short range one, it was still his finisher.
But I doubt if he's the first one that got injured from it.
I'm not.
Damn right, suck on that.
I haven't watched all New Japan stuff.
I'm rating this match a 4.5. What are you rating it?
I'm probably going to do a little bit lower, but not, it could have been way better. And for all we know, maybe it would have been better if it weren't for the injury.
Yeah,
or maybe
exactly.
if it wasn't for the injury, maybe it would still have been the same kind of match. Don't get me wrong, the match was not shit at all. The match was still great. But that tag team match just blew it out of the park so much that I was just like, it was still good. But I was just like, I really hope Joe's not that badly injured. I hope it's just a fracture maybe, or man, like, thank God, because it could have been worse. He could have done something to his head and given him such a bad concussion or given him like a neck injury. It could have been way worse for him. He could have probably killed him in a certain way.
So we're gonna wrap this up right now and
Yeah,
make it real quick.
overall paved show.
Overall, it's a point system 1 to 10. I'm pretty sure it's gonna go at least above a 5 for us. So you don't have to worry about being considered. What was the one we didn't like? Bound for Glory.
Yeah.
It wasn't a TNA. So.
One match was just not good, but the rest was actually very solid. The Byron was the only one I would say was probably the only match that was actually not good.
Which is surprising because you'd think not good and Bobby Roode would not mix, but there it is.
But Byron has had their fair share of not so good matches.
Check
Actually,
it out. Bobby Roode actually did the Roode bomb. He bombed out in his Roode match. Look, I can do bad jokes too.
But
you're still laughing on the inside. That was hilarious. I'm writing that down.
But just because it was just one match, that did not mean the entire show was garbage. I want to make that clear. Like I said, it was not Bound for Glory, which every match was just like, ugh.
If I were to take that match out, because even the filler matches were good, I would rate this at a 9. Now, I told you guys that that match is going to considerably change the score. Because there was nothing original and nothing that impressed me in any way, shape, or form with Bobby Roode, and the other guy got completely not given a fuck about, and nothing really came of it, I'm going to give it a 7. It's going to drop it 2 points, so I'm giving this pay-per-view a 7. And that's a nice score. I was thinking a 6, but I'll do a 7.
I'm still giving it 8.
To be nice.
I'm giving it an 8. I mean, besides the Bobby Roode thing, I mean, I was still happy by the show. I was still impressed. I still liked it.
Understand the appearance of Bobby Roode in a match. Finally,
But
we have been waiting. We're still waiting on Eric Young. Okay, we have been waiting for one of them, some of them, any of them, to make an appearance now. Okay, ever since James Storm did his crap. So for one of them to finally do it. And not make a landmark of some kind in any way, shape,
I
and
get
form.
that, but I'm not going to.
I mean, an entrance can't be your landmark.
I'm not saying it. I'm just saying
if your
that.
entrance is your landmark, you might as well be another Eva Marie. Okay? And I don't like that idea for Bobby Roode.
Just you. I'm not.
And it really hurts the way I see the show.
But I'm not going to freaking lie and say, "Oh, this was a 7 out of 10," because I don't think it was.
But look at Bobby Roode's talent. He's a proven wrestler. It wasn't like a debut of a new guy. Okay? We're talking about a seasoned veteran, ex-world champion of another show. Okay? He's held multiple championships. They even made sure that you understood that on the show. He's proven he's held championships. And that's what he does on his debut match? Seriously? How many matches did James Storm have on NXT? 1 or 2?
2.
Okay. How many of them were flops? 0. How many of them weren't entertaining? 0.
They were very short.
But they were good.
No, not really. They were just quick matches.
Yeah, because he used a super kick and you got exactly what you figured from it. He won with the super kick, right?
I think only one of them he did.
Was the other one like the Eye of Storm or something like that?
I forgot. No, it was some kind of like a suplex or slam of some kind.
Okay, so he had a new finisher by the second show, probably the second showing. His first one was probably the super kick.
No, it was the other way around.
Okay, so debut match he had new finisher. Next match he had went back to the super kick and it still won. He won both his matches, and I bet they were more memorable than this match. Even though they were faster, I bet you they were more memorable.
No, probably not. I think people already forgot James.
Take his entrance off. Take his entrance off from memory and just think about the match.
They're still going to go with this match because it was a takeover, but the other ones were just taped ones.
My opinion is, seasoned veteran, ex-world title holder, I'm talking about world title holder, has had multiple opportunities to prove himself and has blown it out of the water on other shows. Makes his debut match on NXT, and that's what we got. I'm sorry. They're lucky I only took 2 points off. I am disgusted and disappointed with Bobby Roode right now. Debut match or not, that boy has got a lot of talent and a lot of capability. So unless he was paid nothing, or if he was just paid for the one show and pulled a Lesnar versus Goldberg final match type of match, I don't see why they'd make that match that stupid. They literally screwed that match bad. I wanted something from Roode. I actually, even though I hated his entrance, expected something. A pump handle slam is not a finisher anymore. Period. Kind of like how the what's the other one from Billy Gunn?
Famouser?
The Famouser is no longer a finisher. There's a reason why, because they're not impactful when you use them. They're signatures at best. At best. Okay? No. There was nothing memorable. He's pushing the word glorious. And I understand it's like the New Day pushing New Day rocks. It's going to take some time for it to catch on. But did we see any submission from him in this match? Did we get any of his submissions? He has a crossface. He does have the sharpshooter, right?
I'm gonna say this just. You have to listen. I don't know if you're listening. I agree that there was stupid, and I agree that this match could have been way, 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 way better.
Yes.
And this match was not the best. It was not, as a debut match, I understand.
But it was disappointing, and that's
I understand that. I do understand, but I'm not gonna let one match cripple the entire show.
That's why I only took 2 points off.
I did too. I literally took 2 points off the overall.
You thought this was a 10-point show?
I said 8 out of 10.
Yeah. So, okay.
Because one match didn't ruin it for me. Most of the matches were still matchable. If they literally took that match out, it would still probably been an 8 out of 10. It would still be an 8 out of 10 just for all of them. Even if they took that match out. It didn't ruin. If this was the main event, that would have been different.
If he had pulled off a new finisher that was like magnitude style finisher,
or at least go back to the root bomb. Just call it glorious bomb that way. Go back to his old move.
I didn't even feel like they were competing. It was like they were just playing with each other. That was the problem. There was nothing there. There's no symmetry. There's nothing.
But again, we're focused on this way too badly. We're making it sound like it's the worst thing.
Because of how bad of disappointment it is. I'm telling you, you should feel worse about this match because of how long we've been waiting for him to show up. Okay? It's not just how bad the match was. It's how long we've waited for it and we got that. The time we've been waiting for, he should have been training and doing something to make it a better show when he finally gets his shot at television. And that's what we got. What's he been doing? Fucking pork and hookers? I mean, seriously. So, if you want to give it an 8 out of 10, that is your right. I'm going to call you a dumbass in my head, not to your face.
I'm being fair here. The 2 points is off because of the room match. I am saying this right now. Get this through your clear head. The room match, in my opinion, was not a good match. You are absolutely right, but it does not tarnish the fucking pay-per-view overall. There are 1,000 times more positives than this. Way more. But even WrestleMania 20, there were so many bad matches on there, but that doesn't mean WrestleMania 20 was a shit show.
Let's look at the hype for the whole show then. Okay? The Bayley-Asuka match, how much hype did they use for that one? How much were people looking for that match? Was it really...
Pretty decent amount.
They were pretty decent. The world title was all about Shinsuke Nakamura. Everybody was hyped up about that. Okay? The tag team match, no one was really hyped up about it. We did not expect it to be a great match like that. We thought it was going to be a filler match. The women's debut match, we already knew that wasn't going to be anything special, but we got something really special out of that with the finisher. And then there was...
Aries, no way was it.
Okay, that one we expected something special from Aries.
Actually, I didn't expect anything.
And we got halfway decent, okay? Bobby Roode's match, we've been waiting for it to happen.
And
Despite
I get
how
that.
they do it. And out of all the matches, it is the most waited on match out of all of them. That's why it has such a bigger impact on the show, because it was more wanted than any other match at the time.
I get that. But we're going on way too far. Bottom line is this. The show...
8 out of 10, 7 out of 10.
Bottom line, the show overall was still good in our opinions. Whether we agree that the room match was sucked or not, or whatever it was, the show overall was still good.
Please let me know how you feel with the comments down below.
Yes, please, comments down below. I'm going to be watching more reviews.
I still say his entrance being partially gold dust, just yay. Anyway.
Well, but anyways, just for his debut match, if they continue this route with Bobby Roode and they literally did this, then I start ranting. I would honestly start then.
Okay, we'll give him 2 more matches. I'm gonna stay.
No, I'm not saying 2 more matches. I want to wait until it gets on.
If it doesn't change at all for 2 matches, I mean literally like at all in 2 matches, I give up on the character.
You can't do that. I'm not, because just 2 matches. No, because they're going to be 2 jobber matches on NXT.
Because then they'd have to injure him, so he can go out and injure him, take him out for a little bit, and then reintroduce him with a new flair.
But don't ever say 2 matches, because I'm already getting confused, because I get willing to bet this next 2 matches are just going to be jobber matches on NXT. If you mean matches like big matches, maybe big matches, I'll tell you this. If his next big match, if he has a takeover match, if that match is a plop, then I will rant.
Okay.
Make it fair.
I'll make it fair.
Make it fair.
If he faces a relevant wrestler the next 2 times, then it's my way. If he faces jobbers, then we'll wait till his next match at a next NXT main event. Now, if the next NXT main event is just another jobber, then we'll go back to my way of doing it. Because if they're only going to have him doing jobbers like, what's his name, Braun Strowman, then fuck it. We'll base it off of what he is doing, what they are doing with him. I would rather have waited an extra year and see him start facing main eventers, like they did with what's his name. He's on the new main roster now, facing for the Universal title.
Finn Balor.
Finn Balor. Okay, how many jobbers did he face? Like 1 or 2?
No, he didn't face any jobbers on. Well, or what do you mean?
No, you're right. When he came to NXT, he didn't face any jobbers, did he?
I mean, his first match was against the Ascension, but that was because the Ascension were still big.
They were in NXT. They were big. Period. So he jumped straight to main eventers.
Dude, one of the biggest tag teams.
Even with tag teams, he was still the top tag team.
He would face guys like Tyler Breeze, who were big at the time.
He wasn't facing randoms.
Neville.
So
he faced Owens a couple times.
So
Hideo, Tommy.
And this is what they're going to do with this guy. This guy who's been in the U.S. the majority of his career, has held multiple titles, world heavyweight champion of that one show.
But the bottom line is this: we can rant on this all day, but I don't want this to turn to a rant. I want to just talk about the overall show. I enjoyed it, but now we got to focus on SummerSlam tomorrow. SummerSlam, this is what I like to do. I want to compare both shows by the end of it, and we're going to find out which show was better. I still think it was 8 out of 10. He's thinking 7 out of 10. So,
and that's being nice.
That's because it's just one match and how it happened.
And how important it really was.
If it weren't for that, you would probably give it a higher score.
If it had been impressive, it would have been it would have been much better score, and I'd have been happy if he had done this type of match, this type of letdown, for his next couple matches at a regular NXT. But this was NXT Takeover. This was their pay-per-view event. So not only was it their pay-per-view, and it was a long-awaited debut, and that's what we got. Fuck that. Fuck that.
Anyways, so besides that, continue what you're doing, Triple H. Besides that, fix the Bobby Roode thing, but keep up what you're doing with the rest of the stuff. I'm really intrigued. Now, one last thing before we end this video off. We are doing SummerSlam live reaction, and we will be doing a SummerSlam review as well. I am really looking forward to SummerSlam. But that's pretty much it, though, for now. Thank you guys for watching this video. I am Preston.
Go fuck yourself.
And
fuck you, Bobby Roode.
And we will see you guys next time.